Senior Munford cooking show. They will help you make food like a pro. Like a pro.
Welcome back to the Junior and Senior Munford Cooking Show. So this week, guys, we are going to be making onion bhajis and a little riata. I can't never say that.
It's called a raita.
Raita,
actually.
that's the thing. Yeah, can't even say it, but we know how to make it. So onion bhajis, and recipe this week is courtesy of the Saucy Kitchen. We will start using our own recipes at some point, I think, won't we? But at the moment, we're just nicking other people's to see how it goes. So this week, Junior, onion bhajis, it's pretty straightforward, really, isn't it? What is in an onion bhaji?
Well, onions obviously are an onion bhaji. There's a mixture of spices, cumin, turmeric, there's chilies in there, there's salt, there's water, there's lemon juice, coriander, and that's pretty much it.
Fantastic. So I imagine we're slicing these onions up, and then are we making some kind of batter situation to put these?
We are indeed. Well, we're going to mix all the dry ingredients together with the water, the lemon juice to make our batter, and then we're going to finely slice our onions, stick them in the mix, stir them up.
Fantastic. So we've made this quite a lot, and we've had very positive reviews from everyone who's tried them. We tried them, obviously. We've had a lot of people. We've made them at school for many Burgate students. Talking of school, just wanted to give a quick shout out to Dan and his crew at Wilton Whole Foods, who have supplied some of the ingredients here. The turmeric comes courtesy of Dan, and I also want to say thank you to his daughter Charlotte for watching. Okay, so we'll be back in 2 seconds to show you how to make these onion bhajis. So here we go. We are now going to make these little lovely onion bhaji babies. Mr. Munford, what do we do first? What goes in?
Okay, so we add all the dry ingredients together, which is the gram flour, 105 grams.
Is that otherwise known as chickpea flour?
It is also otherwise known as chickpea flour.
Freely available on the internet from online retailers because no one knows what to do with it. I think I mentioned this previously.
Not actually free of charge, but freely available.
Freely available. You do have to pay for it, unfortunately. Okay, what's next?
Half teaspoon baking powder.
Baking powder.
Let's give a little.
Get a bit lumpy, that baking powder, isn't it?
Gives a little bit of air to your batter.
Beautiful. What's next up?
Next is your spices. Turmeric, half teaspoon.
Beautiful.
Teaspoon cumin, teaspoon salt.
Fantastic. Recipe will be going up on our Instagram. Okay, so that's all the dry ingredients?
That's all the dry ingredients. Next is your green chilli.
Green chilli, fabulous.
This one needs de-seeding.
Is he a bit of a hot one?
Bit of a hot one, yep. Best way to de-seed quickly is to do with a teaspoon, just scrape that out. All the white pitty stuff as well, that's quite spicy. You want to get rid of that if you want a nice mild chili hit.
Very professional, Junior. Very professional. So if you wanted a slightly sort of more spicy bhaji, could you just leave those?
Could just leave the seeds in there, yeah.
Seeds in and the pith, yeah. Fabulous.
And then just cut them into thin little strips. Stack them up nice and close.
Are we going for a fine slicing here, Junior?
Going for a very, very fine slice and a fine dice too. And just use your claw technique there. Do take your time at home, but speed up if you're feeling confident.
Beautiful. And that'll be going in next, will it?
That goes in next.
Beautiful. What happens now?
Well, next is the coriander. We want 2 tablespoons of that. Take a nice medium-sized bunch. With most herbs, you want to just screw them up into a ball. Slice that again using the claw.
You want to see Junior screw up loads of cabbage leaves and finely slice them. It is a work of art, a joy to behold. So imagine that's going to give us a nice little bit of colour in the bhaji as well, isn't it? That beautiful green coriander.
Oh yes, and a nice kind of zesty flavour.
We do love a bit of coriander in the Munford household. In fact, we like quite a lot of coriander, Junior, don't we?
We certainly do. Goes well with lemon as well, which we're just about to add in. 1 teaspoon again.
Beautiful. Straight in. And what happens now?
Well,
so we've got all our dry ingredients, we've got our coriander, we've got our spices, baking powder, salt, anything like that needs to go in?
Salt's in there.
Salt's in there.
1 teaspoon.
Beautiful.
Try and break up any lumps you have as well, just so that it's all evenly mixed. We've got that nice and ready.
I'm just going to get you a little jug of water, Junior.
I've got the water prepared.
You've got the water prepared?
I prepared the water earlier.
Wow.
5 to 6 tablespoons is the measurement of this.
5 to 6 tablespoons. Now,
A small, nice oriental looking bowl.
Very nice. Beautiful presentation as always. Do we just whack this in there, or have we got to be a little bit careful about how much goes in?
I'd say whack about half in.
Yep.
Stir it.
Fantastic.
Apologies for that text message intrusion there to the sound. Hope that was important.
I'm sure it was very important. Note to self, mute phones for next video.
You want a fairly thick batter here. Fairly thick.
So we should mention at this point, so I suppose we're going to be deep frying these. We don't have a deep fat fryer. If you've got a deep fat fryer, absolutely brilliant. We're just going to be using a small pan because we're struggling to buy oil at the moment. Crazy, but oil seems to be scarce. So we're going to use a very narrow pan and cook a few barges at a time. But if you've got a deep fat fryer, best thing to do it in. We have heard rumours you can do this in those fancy air fryers as well, apparently. Now, it has got a lovely kind of green tinge to it, hasn't it? Look at that. That is just lovely, Julia. Sorry for the sound intrusions, I've just noticed that. Beautiful.
So now we come to the onions.
Right.
You'll notice I've cleared the board with a knife, just to avoid any
Cleaning
spicy
as you
juice.
go.
Exactly, clean as you go. Very important technique.
As always, Junior very tiny when he's cooking. All his rubbish goes in a little bowl. He's quite fanatical about this.
Just peeling that first outer layer off. I'm going to go for a really fine slice here.
Fine slice.
And you can use your fingers here when being very careful. Please take your time.
Yeah, notice that Junior is not trying to slice this really fast, okay?
And you're just using your fingers as a measurement.
Slowly drawing those fingers back to create even, beautiful slices.
Exactly. Don't be afraid to butt that knife right up against the fingers.
Sharp knife, probably very important here, I imagine.
Essential. And you can sort of drop the knife down like that or slide along, whichever you feel comfortable with. And really the finer the better to get that nice crispy bargee.
So how many barges do you get? It's about sort of 10, 12, something like that? I suppose it depends how big you make them.
10 is a good number. I mean, our recipe here says 12 to 14,
Yep.
which I think is a little bit ambitious, to be honest. But if you do small, sort of fine bargees,
Probably going to cook quick if you make them a bit smaller.
exactly, nice and small.
Second onion getting chopped.
Details.
While Junior's just chopping this second onion, I did want to make another shout out to some wonderful people called the Alpha Boys School Radio. You've probably heard them in the background. We play them constantly, all the time, have done, well, for several years now, but we play them every single day for this lockdown thing. You know, we can't listen to the normal radio stations anymore, 6 Music, out the window. Can't do it because of that news thing. Keep getting the news. Alpha Boys School Radio, Amazing. No news, just wonderful tunes, reggae with a hint of some kind of unusual jazz chucked in occasionally, usually in the evenings. But very nice. If you want to avoid the news and choose when you happen to sort of listen to the news, Alpha Boy School Radio, look them up, they're amazing. More beautiful onion chopping happening here. Nice one, Junior, look at that. Gorgeous. So is this 2 onions going in?
2 onions.
2 plain white onions. Could you use red onions?
You could use red onions. They'll add a bit of a sort of sweeter flavour and they'll be a bit darker.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
But you see the white onion's really nice, you can really taste the spices with it.
Yeah.
Red onion, you need strong flavours to cut through.
Yeah. Yeah, because those white onions have got a much more strong flavour, haven't they? Beautiful. Chucking the ends away there, look at that. Pretty tidy workspace there, Junior.
Okay, and then we're coming to the stirring point. It does say mix with your hands here. I like to start with a little bit of a stir though, to be honest.
Well, otherwise I'd imagine you'd get covered in that, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
So I remember we made, how many was it? About 240 of these for an event at Burgate School.
That's correct.
It was a lot of bargees, wasn't it? A hell of a lot of bargees. But I do seem to remember they all got eaten, every single last one of them. So those onions are starting to make me feel a tad emotional, Junior.
Same here, I'm getting a little bit tearful. Yeah, I'm getting a bit tearful.
Okay, so at this emotional juncture, Junior, are we kind of almost ready for the next phase?
I'd say just before we do that, it's time to say goodbye to caution and just get your hands in there.
Oh, okay. Get that properly mixed in there.
Just to make sure it's all really nicely coated.
Wonderful.
I imagine there is a way to do this elegantly. But,
It's nothing like getting your hands involved. So once you've got that all beautifully mixed together, are we kind of making these into little balls, or you know?
make them into little balls if you wish, or little kind of discs,
Right.
flat things,
Yeah.
whatever you fancy really.
So probably because we're going to be frying these in a sort of a shallow pan, quite narrow shallow pan. Are we going to go for the more flatter bargee
We're going to
rather
go
than the
for,
balls?
I think we should go for the flat bargee, yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. Do you want to just quickly knock one of those up so that
I'll do so.
we can see how that happens? Here we go. Bargee making. Happening in front of our eyes.
So I'd say take a very small handful.
Yeah.
Start small and you'll be able to sort of gauge how large or small you need your bargee to be. And you kind of, if you want to go for a ball, sort of press it together, squeeze it a little bit. It won't feel like it's kind of totally a sort of stuck together thing.
I mean, we quite often find, don't we, with when you're making these bargees, they probably won't stick to a perfect disc or a perfect ball. They're just going to be kind of freestyle, aren't they? They're going to be an organic kind of free-form bargee.
Exactly. So that's that, and if you want to make a little disc,
Yeah, let's see that happening, Junior.
you can just flatten that nicely with your hands. And there we are, ball and a disc.
Beautiful. Well, Junior, normally I would shake your hand at this point, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go. Okay, so next step is to put these in your frying pan and fry them for 2 or 3 minutes?
2 or 3 minutes.
2 or 3 minutes. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so here we go. We're going to do a little raita. I even said that properly then, didn't I? To go with our onion bargees. Right, Junior, what happens with a raita? I know there's cucumber involved and mint. What else are we going to chuck in our little raita this
A
evening?
little bit of lemon, a little bit of salt,
Yep.
and that's it. It's a really simple, really tasty, refreshing little dip.
Beautiful thing to dip your onion bargees into.
Exactly.
Okay, right. Without further ado, let's get on with this. Come on, Junior. Show us what we need to do.
So I'm going to start by placing the yogurt into the bowl.
Beautiful.
Always good to give your yoghurt a bit of a stir.
Have we got sort of like specific amounts of stuff here, or is it just sort of chuck it in, taste it?
It's all just chuck it in and taste it, really.
Fantastic.
Best way to do a raita.
That's our style of cooking, really, isn't it? Chuck it in, taste it. If it doesn't taste right, chuck something else in. Lovely.
I'm going to go for about 4 and a spoonful of luck. Then I'm going to go with a tablespoon of lemon juice.
Get that out of the way for you.
If you're using fresh lemon, I'd go for about half a lemon, maybe.
Half a lemon, okay.
Maybe not even that much.
I did try and get a lemon today, couldn't get any. Had to be limes instead.
Stir that together. Half teaspoon salt.
Lovely. That lovely pink Himalayan salt again, isn't it?
And then we'll do the mint.
Any particular sort of mint? I know we nicked this out of the garden, didn't we? I think you might have actually picked this, didn't you?
Any sort of mint, really. Peppermint is the best. I think this is Moroccan peppermint, I believe.
Oh yeah, the Moroccan mint. That's the one from the old butler sink in the garden, isn't it? Yeah, that is lovely. I might have to have a little sniff of that. Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? Oh. Yeah, made some lovely tea with that actually. Very nice.
Don't add your stalks in here, because you're just picking the leaves off.
Yeah, it'd be a bit chewy, wouldn't they, those
Oh,
stalks?
God, they would.
So, would you say that's like a sort of handful?
So that's about a handful. I've probably gone a little bit overboard here, to be honest. I think I was getting quite into the
I could tell you were enjoying yourself.
pudding.
There.
So I'll probably do half that to start with.
Yeah.
And then I'm just doing that same squashing technique again, really firmly holding it.
That squashing and slicing technique you are famous for, Junior.
And I guess this might sort of introduce us to another chopping technique called tapping.
Tapping.
You can probably tell why it's called tapping.
You can hear, it's just a gentle tapping sound, nothing violent, just a very gentle tapping sound. Okay. Make a note of that one, guys. Tapping. New knife technique. If you don't know that one, you do now.
And then finally is the cucumber, which is
What are we doing with that?
it's quite curious actually. I'm always baffled by this, but you want to put the tea towel over your chopping board, get your cucumber nice and finely grated, and you want to grate the whole thing. About half a cucumber I'm going for here. As you get closer to the end of the cucumber, use the palm of your hand, and then you won't have any
Bit safer like that, aren't we?
unwanted grating.
Yeah, skin in a burrito, probably not that nice, is it really? And if you are vegan, probably slightly controversial. In fact, even if you're a human being that does eat meat, it's still very controversial. Because you could really be accused of being a cannibal. Oh, that is moist, isn't it?
And you'll see it's very moist. I mean, if you put that straight in there, you'd have some sort of yogurty soup, wouldn't you, really?
Well, it'll be very moist.
So we wrap it all up nice and neatly.
Because I did think for a second, I thought, what's he doing this into a tea towel for? But there you go, obviously why.
You want to sort of bundle it up, get a bowl, over the sink will do as well.
Wow,
Just squeeze it.
that is a lot of liquid coming out of that. So obviously we've just prevented that going into our burrito, haven't we? Making it into a very soupy kind of sloppy mess. Nicely squeezed, Junior.
You can squeeze, you can twist, you can really get some frustration out if you need to.
Fantastic, let's get that out of the way from you. So obviously made a right mess of the tea towel. That's going to definitely need washing, that one, isn't it?
And you just put that in there.
Or you could possibly like put that on your face, be a nice cucumber face mask, I would imagine.
Give that a really good mix around.
Beautiful. smell coming off out of that. That is absolutely
it's-
sensational, isn't it?
It's starting to resemble a proper raita now.
I'm just going to get that little bit off there because I just don't like the look of that. It's just not very nice, is it? Beautiful. Just have to get a little spoon there. Try that.
It's time for tasting.
Oh, that is gorgeous. Beautifully seasoned as well, if I might say so, Julia.
Anything you think might need adding?
No, I think that is absolutely lovely as it is. Success on a plate. This time I might actually shake your hand. Well done, Junior. So, in a few minutes, we're going to combine all this together, well, not literally. We're going to fry off our bhaji's and then just present them and show them with this lovely raita. Thank you very much. Okay, so we're back and we are just about to place these little onion bhaji's into that hot fat. So we've tested the hot fat with the wooden spoon. Wooden spoon sizzled gently. Medium heat.
Medium heat.
So we've got it pretty damn hot, haven't we? And then we've kind of backed it off a little bit so that these cook through properly. Okay, let's pop them in, Junior.
It's the flat one going in.
Listen to that sizzle. So we're using a small pan and we're just cooking a few at a time, little batches, that's the key. Just drop them in,
Try and
let
keep
them
them separate
sizzle.
if possible. And in a small pan you want about halfway, no more than halfway
Now,
for safety.
is that for safety?
That is for
Because if
safety.
that fat boils over, we could have a fire. Now, we have a fire blanket. Equally, what works just as well is a wet tea towel. Carefully thrown over your pan. Obviously, only do that if you happen to have a fire, which you definitely won't because you're going to be very sensible and safe.
And what do we never use in the case of an oil fire?
Water?
Water. That's
Never
correct.
use water. No, that will make things ultimately worse. Okay, we'll be back in a sec with these beautifully presented after we've cooked them for maybe 2 or 3 minutes. Golden brown, pop them out, have a little look. If they're a beautiful golden brown colour, they're probably cooked. Okay, so we have the final product now presented, beautifully cooked by Junior. No fire blanket required, gotta say. Here it is, our beautiful, wonderful onion bhaji's with the, what's it called again?
Raita.
Raita dressing. Beautiful, I think you'll agree. Well done, Junior.
Bellissimo.
Another wonderful episode of the Junior and Senior Munford
Cooking Show.
See you next time.
Junior, Senior, Munford Cooking Show. What will they make next? Nobody knows.